Well, hello, Get Rich Education Nation. Today I am here with Kassandra Boltman. She's the author of the real estate investing book, Pain or Profit, and she also owns the Landlords Almanac. And Kassandra, you deal with an awful lot of landlording issues. A lot of times that's where the friction takes place. You had an interesting story recently with how to handle security deposits and rent. Tell us about that.
You know, I wanted to make sure I shared this with your listeners because it's the one thing that can actually increase your revenue without adding too much expenditures to your side of the account. So check with your property manager and ask them, if a tenant gives a 30-day notice, do they require that the tenant still pay last month's rent or use the security deposit to pay last month's rent? Because if they use the security deposit, pay last month's rent, then you can't charge them the damages and get it from their security deposit, and then it leaves a balance that you never collect as a landlord. So if you flip that around and make sure your property manager charges last month's rent, actually collects last month's rent, and uses the deposit for damages, then you're going to increase your revenue. So a story we had was a guy was consulting with us. He had 50 units. When we did the math, it was around $13,000 in lost revenue on security deposit stuff over a course of a year because we couldn't charge the security deposit because it was already spent on rent. And we couldn't go after them in collections because collections wasn't even done. So double check the processes with your property manager. Just that alone will increase your revenue.
Now, is that something that an investor would usually expect to see in the lease agreement, that the security deposit shall not act as a last month's rent?
In some states, you do want to make sure that's in there or you can't actually apply it that way. So you do want to check your state and you do want to ask. Some states, it's not even a thing. Some states, it's a mandatory issue. But you really want to check the procedures that your property manager is using, not, I assume my property manager's doing it. Because a lot of people would think the property manager is enforcing the max collection on rent. But not all of them do because they get lazy or busy or don't have enough staff or they're focused on sales and not property management. So you always want to check.
Right, you want to make sure your manager is not focused on making their job easy, but they're looking out for the investor, for you first. So Kassandra, how can someone learn more about you and everything that you do to help landlords?
Sure. So on the book, it's actually got some fundamentals of how to manage the manager, which is what you want to focus on. And you can actually get it on Amazon, the Apple books, and it's all in the ebook version. So you can go to our website, thelandlordsalmanac.com, and reach out to us. And we have lots of our classes posted there so you can learn some more.
And again, the name of the book is Pain or Profit. Kassandra, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you, guys.